Welcome everybody to the A.I.P channel where anything is possible and another Talking with Conspiracy. And we're hoping to have a great show for y'all tonight. We worked pretty hard putting some stuff together. There's contact everywhere today, this day and age. Between Billy Carson going nuts, you got Syria, the whole situation in Syria. People want to get into that. You got drones that they don't know what they are, but they don't know what they ain't. But we'll get into it. Matters who you're talking to, and so much more. We're gonna bring. We'll be sitting here. We'll see how it goes. The jerk. The great
jerk.
Jamie Grant is back. He is back and better than ever.
Man, it's been a rough couple weeks. Well, it was my birthday 2 weeks ago, so that kind of gave me a pass. But then the old sinus infection got me last week, man. Definitely in better spirits this week. So
that's good.
What's
That's
up, good
good. We got Hiker and Sweets is already in the chat on the Rumble. So
heard I'm getting in there now.
Gonna be good when we got all kinds of crazy stuff going around the world. You know, get the Vatican wants to open up Lucifer's door or some stuff like that. Well, we had to get into it. Well, I've seen that. Of course, the drones over New Jersey. There's who you talking to on those. But they don't know what it is, but they do know what it is. It's wild.
Bro, I will tell you that there is no way that is sitting off the coast or sitting in our airspace and they don't know what it is, okay? So let's just stop with that BS. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For sure.
Have you, I don't know if you follow Reed Timmer, but Reed Timmer is a meteorologist, kind of became famous on one of the Discovery Channel shows that they had for a while called Storm Chasers. Since that show got taken off, he still is very active, chasing storms and doing different things across the U.S., right? Guy's built up a heck of a following. But he has devised a plan to try to take one of these things down. He was talking about it on Twitter today by using a fishing net. And they are, dude, literally, he's driving up to the Northeast. He's taking all his drone equipment, and they're going to try to bring one of these things down. So this could be pretty interesting.
Anything's possible.
Bro, like, you know, it's going to be fun there. Thank you very much, Sweets, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, the drone thing right now, you know, and if you get on Twitter, right, depending on which algorithm you catch on Twitter, you'll see all this supposed UFO formation. Like right now, the big thing trending is there's this fleet of aircraft, you know. But I mean, dude, there's no way that something's just flying around and they don't know it's there. So this whole turn the blind eye, pretend like we don't know what it is, bro, come on, man. You know, they said China, then they said, oh, well, wait a minute, these are Iranian drones. They even went so far as to say they're Iranian drones that have been launched from an Iranian submarine. Now listen, Ricky Pike, I don't know if you know much about the Iran Navy.
No, I don't know much about the. I did hear the word mothership, so that was the terminology mothership. But I did see another video which somebody else from Washington was saying that wasn't true. So I don't know.
Well, I'm Googling right now, and total submarines in the fleet, they have a total of 19 to 27 submarines. Now, I've never heard of any Iranian sub anywhere off of, a North American coast anywhere. I've heard of Russian subs. They've played a game of cat and mouse over there for years. But I would believe Chinese subs off the Northwest or the North Coast or the West Coast than I ever would believe that an Iranian sub is sitting in our water. We have such a hard on for Iran that if that thing were anywhere in the fucking, Atlantic Ocean, we're going to take that motherfucker out. They've got such a hard on for Iran that there's no way they wouldn't engage it. Get out of here with that noise. I think it's propaganda.
I think that's the reason they even spoke Iran up, because that's what they want.
They want to bomb the country.
Yeah, that's why they give them opportunity. You already got Israel bombing the shit out of Syria.
Hey, let's talk about that for a second.
Right.
for people that don't know about the Syrian conflict, so I'm no subject matter expert by any means, okay? But I can go back through my Twitter page all the way back to September 11 and find stuff that I found and started posting, well after the Arab Spring. I mean, well before the Arab Spring. So when the Arab Spring happened in Syria, and they did the whole mission to take out Assad, they used U.S.-backed rebels, funded them through NGOs, not real sure where they got the munitions from, but that entire sect and that entire movement grew up to fruition to become ISIS. All right? Now, when you look at what's going on in Syria, we literally have CIA-backed militia counteracting the Pentagon, which is doing work directly with the government. So we funded two sides, Ricky Pike, that are fighting each other. The Pentagon and the CIA took their inner office spat overseas and are now doing it through guerrilla warfare in Syria. Now, for people that aren't aware of the whole Israeli-Palestinian conflict, guess what's happening over there? The U.S., your taxpayer money, is being used to fund both sides of that conflict. We fund the NGOs that support the Palestinian people, which in turn gives money to Hezbollah and Hamas. On the flip side, we support the Israeli government by selling them munitions and often offering them munitions. Now, Ricky Pike, what would the purpose be of funding two sides of a battle as a third-party spectator?
It's been going on for years. The banks have been doing it. It's just a win-win situation everywhere. If you fund both sides of the war, and then you can turn around and make money on the rebuilding.
We're going to rebuild it? Oh my God!
There you
go. We paid to destroy the company, and now we're going to pay contractors. Probably the same contractors that destroyed it are the same contractors that are going to get paid to rebuild it. They got Assad's brother a couple days ago. I've already seen the video. They fucking hung him. They captured his main palace and have completely emptied the entire vault. Let me see if I can find this video, dude.
Did you see Jon Stewart talking about that?
No.
He was like all the clips he shows, like everybody's grabbing chairs. He's like, "What is there a fucking chair shortage?"
I want to share this with you real quick, if you don't mind, Ricky Pike.
Oh, I don't mind at all. It was hilarious. There's one guy sitting there. You could tell he was aggravated because his chair he was sitting in wouldn't recline.
Check this out, bro.
What?
This is the vault in Assad's home. هذا الباب
الثاني وهذا ما فوق من تحت الأرض. طبعا نحن بالأصل طابق ثاني تحت الأرض. طابق ثاني تحت الأرض.
It's got a cart system because the shit they put down there is so heavy. Gold weighs a lot. You hear the fire alarm going off? Let's get down to the bottom down here. Look at this, bro. Completely empty. They have emptied everything out of this vault. You know, and they're saying that this place is like 100 feet below the ground. You know, but it's got multiple rooms like this right here. And they're all empty, bro. Like they literally gutted everything. There's nothing left in this thing.
Yeah, they do it. Hell, at least they're halfway clean. Hell, that's crazy. It looks too neat to me.
Well, when you're taking money and gold, you're going to take everything.
Here in, I was gonna say, I've seen riders here in the United States. They're not that neat. They just snatch and grab and destroy. So,
it's hard to destroy metal and concrete walls, Ricky Pike.
Well, that's true, but I mean the materials in the walls. I mean, what was there?
If everything there is in a case, you're just going to carry the cases right out.
Yeah.
You know? And I assure you, if there's money or gold, it won't be just strewn around. They're going to pick it up and take it with them. My God. Dude, you know, the whole Middle East is about to blow up, and I truly don't think people understand. Look, man.
Hey, it's about to get bad. Terrible.
Israel right now. I saw this map that dropped the other day, and I don't know where this map came from or who put this map together, but it shows the idea of what the progression is for the Israeli army. Bro, they're taking all kind of shit. You know, and from the look of it, they were going down, you know, into Syria, into parts of northern Saudi Arabia, you know, and I don't see that happening, first of all. There's no way Saudi kings are going to allow any of their territory to be given up. But, you know, I wish the entire war between Palestine and Israel would end. But I will tell you that Israel is doing some fuck shit over there, okay? If you're going to... All right, so let's look at a couple facts. Facts. We know that Iran is funding the organizations over there, okay? We know that a very small portion of the population over there is Hezbollah and is Hamas, okay? So this attack happens, all right? So a couple hundred people or 100 people, however many people took part in this attack, or however many people are in the upper echelon of this leadership, it's no more than a couple hundred. Why would we bomb neighborhoods, just complete neighborhoods with apartment buildings that like they're leveling blocks of shit, you know? And it's like, if you're going to go in for people that are responsible for committing harm, why wouldn't you surgically go in and piece these people apart one at a time? You know what I mean? You know who they are. You know where they are. They've got fucking pagers and cell phones on all of them that are exploding left and right. So if they're killing them and they're knocking them off that way, why is there a need to go in and just level? That's what I don't understand, man. You know, if you want kids to grow up to hate America, bomb their fucking apartment building when there's not a terrorist that lives there. You know? And again, I'm not sympathizing with Hamas or fucking, you know, any of those organizations. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to, it would be like going into all the shit that happened in Ferguson, Missouri, when it all started there and they burned everything down there. Why would we bomb the entire city of St. Louis if we needed to go in and do a surgical strike to get 100 people? You know what I mean? I'll leave that at that.
They want to level it.
There it is. Because they want the land.
They want the land. It's just like Gaza. They want that land over there so they can put in that new canal to make quadrillions of dollars.
Is that the new map?
This is the one so far that they've pretty much taken so far. This is a map of the land that they've taken so far.
Right. So they did go into Syria big time. Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Of course, at first they're like, well, they're doing the Golden Heights because that way, they have the upper ground, and then they're steadily pushing in.
Well, it's when they start going south that things are going to get real interesting. I don't think they would dare cross the border with Jordan.
I don't know. I think there's some extremists. You hear a lot of the ones talk, and there's some extremists over there in that country that they think the whole area is supposed to be theirs, and this is the time that they are going to take it back, and trying to bring on prophecy and and then the red heifer and all that there before they can build the third tabernacle. And I mean, there's some extremists up in that to
the red heifer
to bring in
prophecy,
Armageddon.
Isn't the red heifer prophecy already supposed to have come to fruition, though? Hasn't that already supposed to have done?
No.
Have they sacrificed that cow yet?
No, they haven't. As far as I haven't seen anything on that they have done the sacrifice yet.
So you know that the red heifer was born a couple years ago, right?
They actually have 5.
There are 5 of them. Okay.
They are from Texas.
They're in Texas?
They were born in Texas, and they were brought. Yeah, when it started all happening, and then I watched that. I know I showed you about it. I watched Dig. If y'all want a interesting show about the red heifer, and of course, the good guys win and everything in it. But if you want to hear some interesting facts on the red heifer and stuff, yeah. That's that TV show will make you think, especially what's going on in the world today. Yeah, I agree with you, Hiker. I can't imagine, living in constant. I know that, 13 years war. I think 13 years in Syria they've been fighting.
Bro,
civil war.
They've been fighting in Syria and in that whole region for hundreds of years.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's the most recent. I know the Civil War has been like 13 years, just constant.
Right.
I can't imagine living in that kind of space and mentality, and the people is just
there's
if your house is going to get blown the hell up.
There's a reason that they're hitting those people. And I 100% believe that it's a land grab. 100% believe it's a land grab. Pulling Reed's page up to see if he's left yet. Yeah, so Reed Timmer 6 hours ago, we at Team Dominator are working to develop some type of massive fishing net deployed from the air to try and capture one of these Iranian drones. So I guess that's the first question we're going to ask Ricky Pike. Do you think they're Iranian?
No.
Do you think
they've tried, like we said earlier, they've tried every way possible, from nuclear weapons to chemical, everything they can to poke the bear before they can go attack Iran. I had it up. Damn it, I just had it up. But let me play this little clip. We played this on the show before, but if this ain't no truer as it is right now, like just what we're talking about.
Went downstairs just sell right after 9/11. About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, "No." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later. And by that time, we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper. He said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense office today. And he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
And Iran's the one that they haven't been able to do. Syria, they finally got to that point.
Well, as much as he talks about that, I think he's only telling half truths there, because I believe that Libya was involved in that. We took down Libya. Gaddafi gets killed. And why were we funding the rebels in Libya? What did Gaddafi do to the U.S.? Now, granted, look, he fucking dropped a plane. Pan Am flight, whatever it was, that got blown up. His country had to pay for that back in the 90s or early 2000s. But after September 11, Gaddafi was the first leader to call the White House and go, "Hey, wasn't us. We didn't have anything to do with it. We'll give you airspace. We'll give you bases. We'll give you whatever you need. We support the United States." And then we whacked him 10 years later.
Mm-hmm. Is it either whack, support them and get whacked 10 years, or get whacked right then? I guess it's that's how it seems that our groups like to run now. They want to. It's all about oil. It's all about money. It's always, you follow the money and you'll see the trail, and it's
right.
And right now that fucking trail is like a runway and lit up with lights right now, and you can see it.
Bro, and then all this last ditch effort to throw these billions and billions of dollars into Ukraine, like we just gave them like another 100 billion fucking dollars. And that makes no sense to me. Why are we sending money to Ukraine? And then you still hear again about Zelensky buying more fucking property. This dude owns more property in the U.S. than I do. Okay? Than you and I combined, Ricky Pike. Than you and I and most of our listeners. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Millions of dollars of property that he owns in the U.S.
It's they just gave him another loan. This came out, I think it came out yesterday. They gave Ukraine another loan.
It's not a loan, bro.
That's
loan
what it
comes with
said.
terms.
Now that's what that's what she said on the TV. So it's got to be true. Just like they said they wouldn't pardon Hunter Biden, but
Bro, listen, you and I knew I think we talked about that months ago, bro. Come on. Now, okay, but on the flip side, as a father, you're going to pardon your son.
Yeah,
No matter what stupid shit he's done, and then you're going to take him out back and beat them.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but
Come here,
I'm going
boy.
to tell
Got him
you.
by the ear. Yeah.
So I don't remember what constitutional lawyer that I was listening to. I can't remember if it was Mark Levin or if it was somebody else, but they talked about the pardon, but that the pardon was specifically for federal crimes. So I don't know if that still opens the door for any state issues, but I've seen Hunter Biden's laptop, you know, and that dude should be in prison, you know? Bro, look,
The
I
stuff
don't
I've
know.
seen, I don't want to, it's one of them things you can't unseen,
So have you dug into his laptop? Have you ever
I
seen
very
any of the
little. I
contents? All
just
right.
glancing of
Have
passing.
you
I really
heard the
don't want to dig that
story?
deep.
Have you heard the story? And I'm going to try to maneuver through this without getting us kicked off any social media sites. But
Hey, on that note, our check mark is off on YouTube, so we got to check again. We are, so we're good. No, I'm saying
hey,
we don't have a check right now. We're
oh, we
good.
don't. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
right.
It
So
finally came off. The last one
let me
came off.
hydrate.
Yeah, the last one finally came off. So it came off last week while you're off. So
So
we're safe. We can get another one for a little while.
Hunter Biden's laptop. Again, I've seen it. Like when it got dropped online and people started sharing it before people took it down and they suspended us all off social media back in 2020 and 2021. I saw Hunter Biden's laptop. I went through that joker like you would not believe. One of the pictures I found, in fact, a series of pictures I found, features allegedly, a former president's daughter, and you're able to identify her because of her credit card that is being used to to chop up cocaine. You know, um, have you heard of this, Ricky Pike?
No, I haven't heard about that one.
Hold
That's
on,
new to me there. I just had to put this picture on the screen while you talked about his laptop, though. It just.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And the ones who are just listening in the background, it says Joe Biden's presidency began with him denying the existence of Hunter's laptop and is ending with Biden pardoning Hunter for his laptop. The irony of it all.
All right. Ricky Pike, I'm finna share it.
Let her rip, tater chip.
If I fall off the planet tomorrow, I didn't throw myself. So this photo is on his laptop. There are also photos of her on his laptop. And, look, man.
Just having fun, man. That's just kids having fun.
Couple presidents' kids just doing dope in the White House.
They're buddies. That was maybe that's where the missing cocaine they found in the White House. Now, maybe.
Hey, Dan Bondingo, I love calling Bongino that. But Dan said a couple weeks ago that he got word from some of the people within Secret Service that they were not able to fingerprint the bag, but they were able to DNA swab it. And it got a hit. It got a hit on somebody that actively works in the White House. So, the story is that he kind of hinted to was potentially that it was Kamala's. that her DNA was on it, which is why they immediately squashed it. You know what I mean? I think if Hunter's DNA would have been on it, it's easy to throw him under the bus and put him back in treatment. But, you know, Vice President of the United States has.
It wouldn't surprise me none on that. I mean, you know, little wine, little powder. Hell, she's having a good time. I'm trying to have a good time too. You know, dealing with the stress and.
Right. Some say Malia Obama's credit card isn't really her card. Yeah, I mean, possibly, you know, but what I'll tell you is I saw that photo before anybody started calling it a fake. And I saw it in conjunction with other photos that were taken together. It wasn't like it was a one-off photo. There are 100 pictures taken from that night partying, and they're all in consecutive order. You can see how the night progressed through the photos. But again, dude, I wish I'd have saved a copy of that laptop. But I'd probably been murked already.
And certain things you don't need to do.
Hey, I got Epstein's flight log, baby. I saved that before they canceled all that whole document. But I got that joker. It's fun, you know, and I've gone through it a couple times, man, and I've tried to read some of that. Like, you can't tell who some of these names are. You know what I mean? Like, I have
yeah,
no
it's coded.
clue who
a lot of it's coded.
It's coded, and it's written in cursive, and this person's cursive is very unique, you know. But yeah, man, I believe the worst story that you've heard is true, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. That's what I believe. You know, the thing currently I've seen sliding around online is the current thing flying around online. The Tom Hanks is popping back up again with Wilson. You familiar with Wilson?
I seen that, and I seen the Jay-Z and Ellen having a hoodie with the same little red symbol, similar to like what Rook, you know.
Right. Ellen
Yeah.
has that piece of art on her wall at home. So
Yeah. Which her set is Epstein Island.
Right. So, man, like, I don't even know if I want to go down this rabbit hole. Man, Ricky, after September 11, man, I started downloading all kind of files, man. You know, I remembered seeing an Al Qaeda execution video that it didn't look right to me, right? And a couple people had been captured and got executed by Al Qaeda early into the second Iraq War, right? So I started going on this hunt to find these videos so I could really kind of look at them. You know, I'm like, is that real? Is that some kind of green screen? You know, is that fake? So I started downloading these documents, man, and I got a hold of this video one time. Have you ever heard of the Frazzle Drip conspiracy?
No.
With Umar Abedin and Hillary Clinton. So the story behind it, and we may have just
got to refresh. There's so much in my head.
Got docked for me saying this. So what this is there's an alleged snuff film of these two women where they execute a child.
Oh, yes, I have heard of that.
Yeah, I can tell you, Ricky, I've seen whatever it is that video is, whether it's a fake or whatever it is. I've seen it, you know, and it's one of the first things that I found when I started going down this rabbit hole some 24 years ago, that made me so. I mean, dude, I'm so wrapped up in this shit now, man. I hope that I get to see some justice in my lifetime for some of this stuff that, you know, dude, the pictures and videos I've seen, man, there's some demented, there is real world slavery going on where these people are being raised and murdered for their organs. And I don't think people understand that, man. You know, I don't think people understand that. It's going on in China. It's going on over in the Middle East. What do you do? There's an active slave trade. So in China, they're just doing it to their own people. But in North Africa, the Middle Easterners that are in North Africa are trading Africans, bro. Black Africans. And it's like, why is nobody, what's going on, man? There's a live slave trade going on in North Africa right now where these people are being held in cages and shipped all throughout the Middle East. Now, we know that they're not servants. So what are they doing with them? I think they're being murdered for their organs, bro. I'm going to get a knock on my door tonight. I'm going to sleep with my rifle.
Shotgun, triple all buck, and a slug. My grandfather, God rest his soul, just a different change, I guess, in the mood a little bit. But this guy somebody kept breaking into his store. He used to have a store over on 3rd Street. It's a good part of town, right near the state line. I mean, right on the fucking state line. So right there on 61, right before you cross, kind of where the almost where the fireworks place is, right there.
Right.
Years and years back 40 years ago, damn near, I guess, 30 something years ago, back in the late 80s, he had a store right there, like 89, 90. And somebody kept on breaking into his business. So he slept there one night, and dude was trying to break into his place then while he was there. So he unlocked it. He jumped up and ran to the door, and by the time he had unlocked the door, the dude had jumped in his car, and he unloaded his shotgun in the back of that son of a bitch. And the police were like, "What did you hit him with?" He said, "Just an old shotgun." But he had put triple wall buck and then a slug, and then triple wall buck and then a slug, and he knocked a fucking hole you could crawl through without touching metal in the back of that dude's car. Where they found him shit on himself, but they found him.
I run turkey shot and double alt buck. Turkey shot, double alt buck. I don't know. Maybe I need to go to double alt buck all the way through, but I want something that spreads just a little bit in case it's dark and I miss.
Just add one little slug in the middle of it, and that way you hit that subject with that slug right in the middle. They peppers and they go, and then you hit them with a slug and you knock a whole size of fucking refrigerator in them.
Ricky, I'm going to tell you something stupid I did as a kid, and please don't judge me.
I'm no person to judge anybody.
So growing up, I've been around guns most of my life. I mean, I got my first rifle when I was 12 years old. I got a 22 Marlin for Christmas when I was 12. But I've grown up around guns, and obviously I didn't get the lessons I needed at a young age because I let my buddy shoot me with a round of 22 rat shot. And I will tell you something, bro. That shit hurt so incredibly bad.
I bet it did. I got shot in the back with a BB gun. I can't imagine that.
Oh my God, man. It hurt. It stung so bad. And what they did is we did horrible shit, man. They took the cap off the one and they fired it at Robert with just a blank. And they're like, all right, Jamie, you go take one now. Well, I didn't know that Robert had already got shot earlier with it, so now they're going to do me. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, go over there. So I bend over. I don't bend over, but I just turn around and, boy, they aim it right at my butt cheek. Man, I had a whelp about that big around, man. It felt like getting hit by a paintball, but a lot harder. Stupid, bro.
I can only imagine.
Stupid stuff, bro. Nice.
I got to see. I got to see. You ever seen the old movie, A Quickly Down Under?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? He shoots a hell of a fucking rifle on that thing, you know, and it's got the special sights and all that kind of stuff. Well, I got to see a guy shoot the regular rifle. It didn't have the special sights, but I got to see the guy and that damn thing. And these guys were, of course, I was a kid looking at them, but these were big boys. They were probably 250, 260, something like that, like 6'3" or something. And they shoot a couple times, and their whole shoulder was just turning red. And they could only shoot it a couple times, and they had to hand it off to the other guy and let him shoot it like 2 times and back and forth because it was just destroying their fucking shoulder. It was just so powerful, and the kick on it was just incredible, absolutely incredible.
I saw a guy fire I'm sorry, it wasn't a guy. Some guy set this girl up to fire this elephant gun. Bro, that poor girl got knocked on her ass, man. I laughed. I mean, I probably shouldn't have, but I was like, what are you thinking? If you're going to put yourself in the position, I'm going to laugh at you, okay? And if you're stupid enough to post the video, I'm definitely going to laugh at you.
I remember the first time I shot a shotgun when I was a kid. I was in Boy Scouts, and I held it up like I was a 22, and I was like, "Oh man, I've been shooting guns all my like forever." And like okay, Ricky, and I pulled that trigger, and that son gun threw me against a wall. I hit the skeet that I was trying to hit, but that next shot I held against my shoulder a whole lot more. But I was a bad little shot when I was young. I'm blind now, so I don't know what I'd be. I haven't shot nothing in a while.
Pretty handy, man. It's weird. So I'm right-handed. Okay. I shoot a rifle left-handed. I shoot a handgun right-handed. I shoot a lever action rifle right-handed. But my AR, I'm left-handed. My pistol, I shoot right-handed, left eye dominant.
Huh. I guess whatever's comfortable for you, though.
Bro,
I like lever action. Oh, lever action.
I like a lever action, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Marlin
just lever action. Yeah, I got my 300 is a bolt action. No, I'm sorry, it's a man, I don't even know what kind of rifle I got back there. I just picked one up. Paid $150 for it. It's a Ruger. It's a deer rifle. I can't remember if it's a 270 or 300. I got to get it out the box. We're going hunting next month. I'm so excited. Hope to bring home about 5 deer.
I've shot a what is it? A M1 Garand.
Oh, no kidding, really?
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I got to fire a Barrett, and it was wild. So it's barely misting outside, just barely raining outside. In fact, it's not even raining. It's just this drizzle, right? It's not even really falling. You're going to get wet if you walk outside, but it's not raining, if that makes sense. And the lights are on. And when I tell you, when I watched the guy that was with me shoot it, it was almost like you could see the sound wave off of it in that mist of light and water. Dude, it was the coolest shit I ever saw, man. I was like, that looks so awesome. Like, can I shoot it?
Hell yeah. I needed to have a slow-mo camera at that moment. That'd been badass. He could. Man. That would have been. I love seeing it.
They don't let us take cameras out there where we go, so.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I had that slow-mo with the droplets of the water and the way the concussion.
Yeah. Those are cool, yeah. You know, one of the interesting concussion videos that I've seen, and it's wild looking. Do you remember when that port in Beirut blew up?
Oh, yeah.
Watch that in slow-mo, bro. You see the buildings near that port just disintegrate as that shit's coming to you, man. And I'm going to tell you something. The more and more and more I think about that explosion, the more and more and more I question, did somebody drop a bomb on that shit?
It looked
You know
like
what I
it.
mean?
It
Bro,
truly did.
it looked like a 25,000 pounder, bro. Like it's one of the most massive explosions I think I've ever seen. Aside from watching some video of some nuke blow up, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, have you seen anything on the on Billy Carson losing his mind last
No,
few
so
days
help me with this.
on the Billy Carson?
Yeah.
Uh, he what was that guy's name? Doggone it. His name is Wes.
Wesley Huff.
Yeah, yeah, Wes
Okay.
Huff. Him and they had a debate. Well, it was on a show, and you could tell like if you watched it. And I watched the whole thing, and I watched a bunch of videos afterwards. And I was actually on his live when he was talking, trying to explain what happened, and he just came off. I'll say what I think in a second now, um, but he did look sick. You could tell his head was down. He didn't he really wanted to be there. Normally he kind of chest back, head up, very proud. And his head was kind of down and you could tell he wasn't 100% in for sure. But, the stuff that he'd been saying the whole time, it was the same stuff over and, he said before. So he just repeated stuff he said before. And Wes
Yeah.
Huff would just wear him out. Like, well, that he was like, well, this is my doc. He would cite one documentation. He said, well, that wasn't even. And what he cited what came out like in the 1900s, and it is a known forgery. Is everybody knows it's a forgery kind of deal.
Right.
Is
Like
nobody.
I don't even know who he is or what his relevance is. Like, give me some
Oh,
background on this guy. Who is he?
which one?
Uh, uh, Billy, whatever his name
Billy
is.
Carson. He he
Billy Carson.
um he he talks a lot of different stuff. A lot of the uh, talking about Thoth and the Emerald tablets and stuff like that. And that's when I was like listening to some of the stuff he was saying
Oh,
and
he
looking
shut his
into it.
page down, man. He shut his whole Twitter down.
Yeah, yeah. He did he?
Yep.
Oh, um, it could be still under forbidden knowledge with a four. Um,
No,
but
that's
he
him. Yeah,
he
I'm
has
looking
a
at it
he
right
has a
here.
big channel. He puts out a lot of video, a lot of content. But he's been coming on. He's been on Joe Rogan. He's been on Schultz. He's been on a bunch of podcasts and saying a lot of the same things over and over again. But he really hadn't really like a lot of his people fussing because he really hadn't had a real debate against somebody. And then the guy who's supposed to be like his neighbor or whatever, and they went over to his house, whatever, middle of the night, and they did this podcast, and then it turned into a kind of debate. And then as they were going along, and just Wes Huff was really putting him to the fire. Like he's like, "Wait a minute, where did you get this?" He was talking about the Sinai Bible, which it is called that, but then you know, but then he pulled up, you know, Wes Huff pulled up all kinds of, the actual where they actually have it online. You can look it up. The Bible. I forget what that other name for it is. Some of the stuff was like I was learning as I was going along, to be honest. But um, but he got after all said and done, he left. And after all said and done, he got all mad and tried to go to the dude's house and beating on the door like at 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get him to give the video to him. And now he's suing everybody.
No
And
shit.
if he's supposed to be trying to sue people, if you even talk about it, he cease and desist kind of thing.
So we're gonna get sued now? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Well,
I
I'm
didn't
broke
put it. I
anyway,
didn't put it in the
so
title, so I was just trying to keep us out of it. But I figured we could talk about it as long as I didn't put it in the title. Maybe we'll be safe. But there's plenty of other videos out. Like I don't think he's suing every damn body. There's so many videos out that because if you click on one or two, then of course the algorithm it shows you more and more. So I've been watching the people talk about it and stuff. But yeah, he got on there and man, he just sounded. I know. I guess you've seen the real like if you've watched some of like I've watched some of his videos and stuff, and he has interesting theories on stuff. But I mean, you turn around and you see like him talking in that 3.5 hour just spiel of shit. I sit there for over an hour, and I was in the chat, and we were just wearing them out. Like, answer the fucking question, man. We're like, please read our comments and answer this question. What,
Right.
he just wasn't saying nothing on how it was a hoax of a thing. But he sure told us that he had 5 air conditioners in his house, and he told us that he had a movie theater in his house, and he had an elevator in his house, and he had this, and then, and because the ignorant poor people just didn't have an understanding, because they worked from 9 to 5, and I'm like, uh, he came off, and it's turned into a shit show. I he kind of,
You think he's fake?
I know what little respect I had for him. Is for sure him spilling like that. His wife came out
Questionable
and did a
now.
video. It didn't. Wasn't no better. His wife came out, and her friend was just, you know, going on and on about he almost died and this and that, and he was getting, it was just a bunch of shit. But um, yeah, I mean, he kind of, when if you're saying stuff and if you really don't have the truth, you just want to spew it out, and nobody actually looks it up and looks at what you're saying and fact checks, you can keep on saying it. I mean, he's made a lot of money, and you know off a lot of damn people, and a lot of the 9 to 5ers, that he said were ignorant poor people, and he just shit all over them. It's just, I
Come to
personally
find
lost
out,
all
he's
respect for him.
lying about what he's talking about.
I mean, I imagine he is. I mean, it seems like it on all of it. Maybe
Right.
there is some truths that he said, but now that once you find out that it's just full of shit on certain items, it's kind of hard to you to look back and go, well, maybe he was right here on this one moment, but the rest of it is bull crap. You had to dig through it, and you know, and nobody's got time for that, to dig through all this spew. But that Wesley Huff, he was just, but he had his stuff. I tell you what he did in the interview, Jamie. He actually looked back, and the guy said something about a book. He reached back into his freaking bookcase, pulled the book out, like, here it is, pulled it out and opened it up and showed him right there, like in the video, where you could see where he was great. He had the books. I watched another interview with him. He was talking about he had over like 2,000 books in his house, and uh, he's just a very thorough, and investigating, the history and everything, and gone over there into Egypt and all there, and looking stuff up. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty crazy how
Very
and
interesting.
sad, the true fall of how fast Billy Carson's fallen in the last like week and a half, and just a lot of people that supported him and was their fans, are they're done. They're like, you shit on us and said we're just poor people and ignorant. Hell, they're the ones that are probably spending their $80 a month, whatever, on his prescription, his health food and vitamins and shit he was trying to sell, and all his shit. Just sad situation right there. Well, yeah, I didn't put it in the title though. I don't, just in case. I doubt they dig this though.
We don't need that drama, bruh.
I don't need that drama. No,
Not today.
no, no.
Uh,
Yeah, he loved you, James.
do what?
James said he loved me. I don't even have a job because of my physical disability.
Oh,
I mean, just because, you know, just because you have a 9 to 5, don't mean you're, an ignorant person.
right.
Some of the smartest people I've ever met, and there's book smarts and there's street smarts, and um,
I'm going to tell you, like this is going to sound very biased, but when I judge people, and nobody should ever judge, but I do, I judge people based on their street smarts. Your education is meaningless in the real world. You know what I mean? The way that you interact with people, the way that if you're oblivious to the world around you, your degrees are irrelevant. You know, you can have all the degrees in finance and English and what the fuck ever your master's or your doctorate is in. If you can't tell that the dude across the street is checking you out and eyeing you and you're about to get robbed, what good are you to me? If you can't identify the threats, you're no good to me.
Uh,
Your
oh,
education is
for sure. I mean,
worthless.
it, and just because and there's a lot of super intelligent. I guess I'll brag here for a second, but they don't have degrees. Like mom won't tell me. She said the other day, I had my IQ tested years and years ago when I was in school and stuff like that. I was between 140, 150 IQ, somewhere around there. Uh, she had me and my brother both tested, and one was higher than the other, and she won't tell us which one is which. So between 140 and 150 IQ, and uh, but I don't have any degrees because I get bored. I get bored in school. I mean, I got um,
Hi, my name is Jamie Grant. I'm a proud high school dropout. This is my GED.
I get one of them too.
I'm very proud of my GED. I turned this thing into a $75,000 a year job, as a corporate trainer for one of the largest food and beverage companies in the world, and your degree or your formal education does not make you. Your skill set that you have and the way that you interact with people is what will make you. Now, listen, you got to be able to have an intelligent combination and understand that 2 + 2 is 4, you know. But even more important, you have to understand that depending on the crowd of people you're in, sometimes 2 + 2 is 5. Because sometimes you just have to pretend that the other person is right, and you have to learn, when to fight your battles, and street smarts, man.
Yeah,
You got to know when.
yeah. What do you say? When to hold them, when to fold them. You got to know that.
Dr. Pepper does a body good. Maybe one
Yeah,
day that
we need to get our
somebody,
sponsorship.
man, listen, we'll get the Cage Man on here. Y'all can both wear Dr. Pepper, uniforms, T-shirts and hoodies and hats, and
I
you
got
know,
them.
we
I
don't
got
even
them.
want any money out of you, Dr. Pepper. We don't even want $1. But listen, if you could throw a few cases to each of our houses a couple times a year, we'll call it even, baby. Call it even.
Little swag and a few
Some
drinks, and we'll be
swag and
happy.
some drinks. So, man, I need some Dr. Pepper drink.
Shit's getting high.
Uh,
Yeah, the day you see me with Doctor Thunder or something, I'm just completely broke and miserable.
oh man, look, it's the sugar.
I did which I know I guess I'm brag on myself, which I'm just I'm just
Brag on yourself, baby. Go ahead.
longevity. I guess I just keep doing it and over and over. I got my first degree on my black belt um last Thursday, so
I saw that. Congratulations to you, my brother.
yeah, it was I kind of had an idea it was coming, and so it wasn't as which I knew when I got my black belt I knew it was coming, but that was a sure emotional step. I sure had to fight back the tears on that, but this here it's still I didn't have to fight back the tears, I guess, but it was still I was because he did it right at the beginning of the class. I was like, all right, y'all line up, and of course my guys, I don't line them up like some schools do a lot of times with the uh, belts and all that lined up, along the wall and stuff. We just kind of get into it and get going and start doing stuff. And try not to waste a lot of time. Just get right into the meat of things. But So we had them lined all up, and then he gave me my stripe and everything. So just part of the 1% of the world, I guess, or that started it. I forget what the percentage is. It's um, just such a small percentage actually keeps on going you know, after you started. Once you get your blue belt, you got a 60% drop off, I think it is, and then you just keep going, and it's crazy. But top 3%, I guess, or 2% of people who started
Yeah,
16 years.
apparently the blue belt is the finish line for the vast majority of people that
It
do
is.
this, you
It
know.
is.
Well,
I
Ricky,
know.
congratulations on your stripe. I'll tell you, I am after 6 years of doing jujitsu, got a stripe on my white belt now. Cage is so funny, man. You know, he said I went up to Jackson when they were doing promotions up at Arrow, and he promoted me while I was up there. And you know, Cage has been my friend, man, for over 10 years now. And when you talk about shit that doesn't get given away free, you know what I mean? I've trained with that dude relentlessly for the last 4 years, and ain't got a stripe. You know what I mean? And then when you look at these dudes at law school, when they train over there, the vast majority of that gym over there, they're all white belts, bro. Bunch of professional fighters that are white belts, because they just don't promote people over there. It's something that you definitely got to earn. But it felt
Mhm.
good, man. I've been working hard this year, man, and did a couple tournaments this year, lost a bunch of weight this year, and you know,
Hell yeah. I was like, Dommy, he been doing it over 2 years now and competed in tournaments all over. And he's, he's won everything he's ever competed in, except for one time he got silver, which that day he got super mad and destroyed that next guy in the next division. But yeah, he got his blue belt, and Aiden, he got his, and there was some purple belts given out, and it was a good time. It was
nice.
fun, and um,
Well, I'm gonna forever be a white belt. I did
that's
see a belt. I did see a belt that's perfect for me, though. For
what
people that don't know, listen,
the pink camo one.
no, it's a gray belt. It's the gray belt, man. You
I
know,
gave out
I'm
one of them.
I'm old and
So
crippled, man. Let's just you know
that's
and
for
I almost
that's
feel
for
bad
kids
because
though.
the gray belt is. I saw this thing about some old guys that started wearing it that were old and crippled. Um, like
Some people do crazy things, but yeah, they're supposed to be for
for the kids,
kids. Yeah.
I'm getting a gray belt. I got to have a gray belt. But man, for me, I feel bad sometimes because Cage, Jason Aldridge is my coach. For those that don't know him, he's one of the referees and he's one of the coaches over at law school. Um, he looks out for me a lot when I roll, and when I roll with people that don't know me, he'll tell them, he's like, "Hey, he's crippled. Don't hurt him." And then I make a motherfucker fight for his life for 5 minutes, Ricky. Like I give him everything I got just after he told somebody to go easy on me. So it's kind of I'm a sleeper of sorts, but I'm also half crippled and I don't move well. So I'm easy to beat. So if you get a chance to choke me out, just understand I'll go willingly. Okay,
I
but
know
I'm going to
me. You
give
were with
you
me before. I let people work. I don't believe in the smashing people to smash
right.
kind of deal.
Yeah, you're
Just
fun. You're fun to roll with, man, because you definitely ain't out to hurt nobody. I
There's no point in it. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years, and if I got like a 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid, I've been doing it as long as he's been alive.
right.
What do I get out of beating him up?
Nothing.
You know, I've been the gym enforcer before. I don't want to do that no more either.
Right.
Um, I don't have to anymore. I'll put Dommy on him, but or JJ. I don't have to do that stuff no more. But you know, we don't have that that problem. Um, no, I don't want to. I let people work. You know, I want to see what they're going to do. I'm going to put them in positions. You know, and I feel so comfortable with, you know, I know my defense so well that, you know, I'm not worried about people having me in a bad position because I'm gonna work out of it. It ain't no big deal.
Right.
Um, 'Cause that's the first thing I worked on was just because I trained with Jason and I trained with a picture I just sent you was when Jason got his purple belt. So how long ago that was?
Did you send it to me? Oh, here it is on
Messenger.
Facebook. I got it. Oh yeah, check that out. Look at that crew.
And like 12 years
Wow.
ago, I was a little four stripe blue, and
Is that Jim Odom?
yeah, Jim Odom.
God dog. Who's the guy next to Jim? Who's that guy? Is that a purple belt or a brown belt? That's a purple.
That's Buddy Hooker.
Okay. Man, look at you go.
You got James London,
Look at you with
Jane
with
Worley.
with brown hair.
Yeah, yeah. That's when it turned brown on me. Yeah, it used to be red, and then it turned that color, and then it's turned to this color of gone. But
That's funny.
it is what it is. Life lessons and life journeys,
Right.
experiences, as they say.
You know, it'd be like that sometime, man. It's all
Yeah.
the ride, all the experience and the journey. You know, if you're doing like, man, it's so hard to explain to people, man. Do what you love to do, right? Because when you look back on your life, if you lived on a bumpy road that was miserable, you know, you're going to have some stories, but you know, it's going to be that. It's going to be a miserable ride. But if you're doing something you enjoy doing, even when the road gets washed out, you've still got a story. It was still an experience. It was still fun. You know, no matter how fucked up it was, no matter how bad your weekend was, you were doing it, doing what you love. And that to me, man, is, you know, I will never chase a dollar again, Ricky. You know, that was one of the worst things that I did. I used to chase jobs for money. You know, I quit one of the best jobs I ever had because I went back to the casino to try to make some more money. You know, I could have been a freaking district manager at FedEx by now. You know, making them big six figures, but no. I had to leave FedEx Express to go back to Tunica for a $5,000 a year raise. That
Yeah.
ain't shit.
No, not when it's spread across 12 months. It's very little. And then the taxes out of it is even more little. But yeah, you know, it's like that meme. I don't know if I'm sure you've seen it where, you know, the guy's chasing them dollars, and by the time he gets to the end where he's got all the dollars, it's the end of the
It's
cliff. And,
climbing in the grave, man. You're climbing in the grave, and you can't take that shit with you.
you
You
know, that's
know,
it. You know, um, unless you're that
my,
guy, Dana White, I see the video with Dana White. He said he knows a trillionaire, and he said he's got a whole room full of scientists trying to figure out how to keep him alive longer, forever.
right,
You know,
and I'm sure, dude.
and
You think
they're
Bill?
talking, and they're talking the. There's been some wild stuff coming out lately, you know, and actually taking your be able to take your mindset or whatever and put it,
Put it in a new body. I saw that.
yeah, put a
So
new body, put a new heart. You know, you can one of these damn uh you know, Tesla bots or whatever. You could put your brain wave and and you'll be you again.
but it
I
ain't
don't
going to
know,
be me.
but it
It'll
wouldn't
be
be
the person. It'll be the person I was up until the minute I was coded.
right. Or you know,
The
can it
moment I
continue
was
to
coded,
learn?
you know.
But can it continue? You know, it's that's a lot of, you know, we talked about it on Troubled Minds a few weeks back, and you know, and I actually asked the question. I actually called in on that one. And it was like, you know, if it makes you wonder, like, if your essence and yours, if the transfer of your spirit goes into this, you know, how can you cross over and how can you rest if you're still technically alive or something? I don't know. I mean, it's when you put your, can you transfer that over? It's asked a lot of questions that um, really no answers to, but
Right.
it's a scary thought process of some of the stuff they got coming up. And we've talked about before with all the AI and everything else too that's coming. Um,
Bro, listen.
it's
The
a,
drone game and that the artificial intelligence in the drone game, I think, is what's going to be detrimental to society. Okay, because here's the thing: we know that technology can be hacked. Technology is only as good or what's the word I'm looking for? It's or has the values that are programmed into it, right? So AI is created and monitored and maintained by man. So somebody programs that shit to do whatever it does, right? Now they can say that it learns all on its own all you want, but I believe that somebody behind the strings has the ability to sway that learning curve to go one way or the other. When you look at the way that AI is implemented in social media apps to where they can immediately strike down a post based on verbiage that you use, or even take my Call of Duty game. Bro, listen, I have been banned from the Call of Duty chat since the day they implemented the AI chat bans. Okay. I have never been derogatory to a gay person in my life. I have never one time looked at a gay person and called them a faggot in hate. I will call my best friend who just killed me, who's sitting in a corner with an RPG, a faggot ass bitch. Now, do I mean that in anything wrong or derogatory or anything with his sexuality? No, I do not. Not at all. And I'm talking to somebody who is my friend and says equally horrible shit to me. But since he's black, he's allowed to say one word that I can't say, and you don't get suspended for that on Call of Duty chat. But if I say the F word one time, 30 seconds later, I get kicked out of the chat and I'm banned for 14 days. My next ban is going to be for 30, I'm pretty sure. It's coming.
it's kind of like you ever watch that South Park episode where they're in front of the judges and stuff and and talking about that. Uh, if you haven't, I'll have to find a clip for you. It's pretty funny because they weren't, they were saying the same thing on South Park. You were talking about, like, they weren't talking about, like, you know derogatory towards any group. It was just like, that person there is, being that is, and in that part, it made sense. It even had the guys at the judges or whatever. I had to find it for you though, but um,
So, anyway, back to the AI, right? So, it indiscriminately does what it does based off its programming, right? So, anybody that's followed the war in Ukraine knows how that war is being portrayed through social media. All you see through social media is surrendering Russian soldiers having grenades and improvised explosive devices dropped on them from a small DJI drone. Okay? There's going to be a point where those drones itself have explosive capability. The drone itself, and it's going to eventually be controlled by AI, where this thing is going to do nothing but pick you up by like total predator shit. It picks you up by a heat sensor or by FLIR or whatever it is, and it just knows where you are on the battlefield. You're not one of its guys, and the motherfucker just flies in and hits you. Imagine if there are three of them. You're in your house, you're in your bedroom sleeping with the door closed. The first one hits your front door, blows it open. The next two fly down the hall while the The second drone blows the exterior door to your bedroom open, while the third drone then comes into your room, smiles at you right before it blows up in your face. Coming soon to a terrorist near you.
They
Guaranteed.
they got them now. They got the small ones. They got the little
Guaranteed.
suicide kamikaze drones now. It's
Well,
it is wild. And with the AI, you see it now. They got AI machines talking to each other. You got AI actually building themselves. Building copies of themselves. I mean, we're in Age of Ultron now.
oh,
Um,
yes.
I mean, we're without the evil side of Ultron want to take out humanity because um, that's just you know a program away from that. Like, well, we're going to save we got to save humanity, we got to save the world, and blah blah blah, and then once it runs the numbers, well, what's the number one cause for most you know terrible things that go on in the world on the earth? Oh,
Humans.
humans. Well, and we must eliminate that problem, and that's when all hell gonna break loose.
Did you? I know you saw War Games when you were a kid. What's his name? What's the guy that stars in that? Broderick. Matthew
Yeah,
Broderick.
yeah. Would you like to
You
play
know, would you
a
like to
game of
play a
chess?
game? Man, bro. You know,
They did a redo. I don't know if I've seen the redo of it, but yeah, I watched the original, of course, and made it play
yeah.
itself.
Oh yeah, it's pretty wild, man. But I believe that technology has come that far. Dude, we've surpassed that technology. But
Oh yeah, I mean that was in the '80s, early
83,
'80s. That
1983 is when that movie dropped
Yeah,
out.
I was 4 when that come out, but and they were already in that process thinking about that. And as always, and we've spoken on that on the show, everything's 20, 30 years ahead of what they let us see. So we know the potential was there then.
Right.
If they're showing us on TV and giving it kind of sci-fi, I think, I believe, on a lot of things that they had the technology then to do it on
Well, you know,
a lot of aspects.
technology's
I mean,
30
super sci-fi,
years.
not, but you
We're
know,
30 years behind everything, right? You know, the things that we know about were, it's like you get this new technology today and you're like, oh, wow, check this out. Man, Spec Ops in the military has been using that shit for 30 years. You know, um, you, so about 10 years ago, or about 5 years ago, there was this guy that was showing this cloaking material.
yeah, I've seen that.
I'm looking for it real quick. Um, but that was 10 years ago. Okay. Imagine where we are now with it. You know, cloaking material. Here we are. Yeah. 2019, a Canadian company, bro. Let me pull this up for you. I believe that this is so much further advanced than anybody thinks it is.
Again, like I said, that's them letting us see, and they put something like that on top of mount it to a ship or something like that, or a drone.
It dissolves light, man. And what it does is it dissolves and pixelates the light around, bro.
Interesting, James. Yeah, James said Ultron was created in 1968, so the
Right.
in the '60s they were thinking about this, the potential.
Right. Dude, that is wild.
Yeah, I haven't seen this video, but I've seen similar, but yeah, just like that right there. They got that shit around drones right now, and might be that's what we're seeing right now. Even though they said it ain't ours, they're adamant that it is not ours for sure.
So Alex Jones has been, first of all, props to Alex Jones. I don't know if you're aware, but he survived the lawsuit. They have canceled completely the sale of Infowars.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I
there
did
was
see that.
apparently, man, there was some real shady shit that went on behind closed doors, and they were going to give the entire company to the Onion and to the families of the Sandy Hook people. Um, but yeah, Alex is up and running, man. But he's been talking that, and I believe it's coming too. When you look at the Daniel Penny stuff going on up in New York City, that we're priming us for another series of racial issues throughout the country based off, this verdict that just got handed down in the Daniel Penny thing. I saw the protest the other day in New York City where, dude, it's the same protesters. The people that were literally at the Palestinian protest earlier all came down for the Daniel Perry protest, and they've all got their smogs on, their Middle Eastern smogs on, and and it's the same group of people. And it's, dude, I believe 100% that these are paid agitators, man. These people get paid to do this shit, you know. And they're mixed in with the completely mentally weak-minded person that you coax into setting himself on fire for the movement, or that you coax into instigating this situation with whomever. Have you ever noticed not one single conservative has ever self-emulated themselves? Why is it only on the left? Why is it only the people that are heavily medicated and have, he, she pronouns, or them, they, z, zir, part of the alphabet mafia? I wish gay men would stand up finally and say we're sick of this shit and dismember the entire alphabet, okay? Because I know people that are sick of it, that are gay. This
You should speak out
transgender, you can
sometime.
just change your identity fluid. Man, get the fuck out of here, okay? Those are people seeking attention.
I was looking.
Man.
Maybe I said to you. I was looking for them. I had stuff in bookmarks, and I just send stuff to you for it helps me save it too, where you can see it. And so it's like I got it everywhere. Oh yeah, we got to show this one. I knew I had several videos sitting there saved. I got them everywhere.
Oh, dude, so Ricky, you and I need to designate a specific location of where we're going to share information at. Because for me to find shit from you, I have to go to text message, Facebook, Twitter. Did I get tagged in Twitter, or did I get sent a message in Twitter? Did you send it on Instagram or Facebook? Did you tag me in it, or did you send it through a message? Hey, where's my phone and my text messages at? Ricky sent me something at 1:15 in the morning. It's
I understand because I'm in the same mindset. I'm like, man, I know I sent this, I showed this, but yeah. Speaking of drones and speaking of AI,
另一名队员呢是现在释放的
birds aren't real.
它的作用只有现
I
在
don't
呢
believe
看到
all
的
birds
是
aren't
能
real,
量
but
在
yeah.
Yeah, I saw this shit, man.
对于我们前方的区域进行前
This kind of puts the whole Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell
Mm, yeah, no.
conspiracy of birds aren't real in question, don't it?
They had years ago they had a billboard in Memphis that said that.
Birds ain't real. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
birds ain't real, and there was a big protest about it, like birds aren't real, um, which I don't believe that. I do believe I could see that being some, but I've seen too many eating birds by cats, so I know there's something going on there. There's something going on there for sure. And like, there we go. Yeah, like this little video here.
Yeah, I can't even get my save stuff to pull up on. There it is.
Yeah, everything's slow. Facebook effed up earlier today and was all over the place.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Going on in New Jersey.
So, sir, the FBI and our Newark field office, along with the state and local partners there, the Bureau is actively investigating the situation you mentioned, just the unexplained sighting of drone activity over that part of New Jersey, including proximity to sensitive sites and areas of concern. So we do not attribute that to an individual or a group yet. We're investigating, but I don't have an answer of who's responsible for that, of one or more people that are responsible for those drone flights. But we're actively investigating. What the Bureau has done to aid our state and local partners is what we generally do, enlist the help of the interagency, enlist the help of the public. There's a tip line there, that 1-800-CALL-FBI, tips.fbi, for information from the public that could help us resolve this. It is concerning.
Is the public at risk? Is public safety at risk? Are we concerned that there are nefarious intentions that could cause either national security or a public safety incident that would put Americans at risk?
There's nothing that is known that would lead me to say that, but we just don't know, and that's the concerning part.
Now, the question is do you believe anything he said?
If it's coming from the FBI, I'll just state that real hell no.
Did you see Chris Wray resign today?
Yeah, I did see that too.
You know, and all the lefties, everybody on the Democrat side of the aisle is like, oh, you know, he did such a great job. You know, he knows he's got to get out now because the incoming administration is going to ruin him. No, bro, that motherfucker's been compromised and is already ruined. You know, so, yeah, good luck to him and his future endeavors.
People are jumping. They're jumping off that sinking ship, and they don't care the water is shark infested or not. They know it's time. They gotta do what they gotta do. People getting out of the country. People are moving away. If there isn't an absolute World War III in the next few months, I believe it'll be a reckoning, hopefully. That is a good big F on all of it, especially with everything going on. You know, it's amazing. We got all these things flying around, but again, like we said earlier tonight, you know, they know what they know what they ain't, but they don't know what they are. That don't make any sense unless they actually do know it, but they don't want to say it. And that one guy saying Iran it's just a mothership from Iran. Come on now, y'all played every other possible thought process to attack Iran. That's just that'd be the lighter. That'd be it to light the power keg. We're on the edge of it now.
Yeah, it's you know, it's a dual front right now because it's not the international threat, it's a domestic threat. You know, it's a computer threat, it's an AI threat, it's a virus threat. You know,
Oh yeah, speaking of that, did you where's it at? Did you see? Did I send it? Did I save it here or? Yeah, again, we're gonna have to figure out like a file share. What it is? Did you see where there was a released virus and I don't know what?
oh yeah, there's new. Yeah,
I think that's on my
there's
page.
vials missing. The Hendra virus. Apparently, some 200 vials of it are missing. I saw there's this new whatever is it bird flu that's now in cow milk or something. Like,
I
dude,
hope not, because I've been drinking the hell out of some milk lately, trying to. Yeah, the could be weaponized. Hmm. No good.
yeah, it's all gonna be weaponized, bro.
323 vials of a
Right? Is
live
that the
virus.
Hendra? What's it called? The
Let's see if I click it on.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
Hendra.
Hendra virus or whatever it is out of Australia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so crazy. John Stewart. That was a pity.
I used to love him. I thought his show was the greatest ever.
He has moments of being funny, and then he's been getting back to being funny a little more lately. He's been back attacking both sides again, so he's not being so partial.
Man, look, just be fair. You know, we know that I know that there are a lot of conservatives I don't like. You know, there are a whole lot of Democrats that I'm done with. Like that whole party, man. I can't get behind this direction that they're going. Yeah.
It's the extremists on both sides. It's the extremists that make everybody look bad.
You know what's crazy? Me and
And
Cage were talking about this the other day. 100 people. Think about this for a minute. 100 people control the minds of most of America. Between the political realm and the entertainment industry, those people control the think tank of the majority of America. Less than 100 people. A couple celebrities, some rappers from the music industry, and some politicians.
I'm laughing at the chat. Mike Strange says they're more preposterous thing to say the mothership from Iran. Yeah, that's it was almost believable until they throw, which I wouldn't believe it at all, just because I know all the different attempts they've tried to, um, green light attacking Iran, but for them to say mothership like it's alien, it's just come on.
And went from a sub to a mothership to
Oh well, no, now it's something else. They're just horrendous, absolutely horrendous of all of it.
yeah, it's over, bro. The whole world's going to come to an end soon, and we're not even going to know what happened. We're just going to wake up dead.
All be ghosts running around, floating around. What in the hell? We'll be like Bruce Willis though. We won't even know it. We just walk around, still going to work and shit. Have you seen this one? Lucifer's burial is being opened on Christmas Eve. I've seen a few
What?
videos on that, where the Masons and Pope supposed to tap on the door, and it's I don't know. There's a few crazy videos out on it. Lucifer, the light bearer,
Wow.
and it was kind of you watch some videos on it, it's throwing some revelational things into it. Um, yeah, the trumpets, and then you got Trump coming into power, so they putting them two together kind of deal, and hmm.
Yeah, it's the return,
Some
man. We're
people
all
get,
gonna die.
you know, and then you see so much crazy stuff. It's like, it's hard to like wrap your head around it and what you want to believe and what you even want to fathom is even possible. There's a video, there's circulating theories about, how many people they want to, kind of Georgia Guidestone everybody really, as I want to put it.
They
They
want to
want
take it
some
down to like
mass.
500 million or something.
Yeah, the Georgia Guidestone said 500 million across the world. That you keep it in balance.
Right.
And
How many
then
people are there globally? 8 billion.
yeah, it'll be a lot. And
Wow.
they were talking about, and I had to find it. It was talking about it. It was like 67% or 87% United States, and then Europe. Like it was some massive numbers that um, just it would take either a nuclear war or just a major or asteroid to truly get the numbers that they talk about.
Or,
And they didn't
or,
talk about where they could,
or just a virus, my guy.
or a virus that they just happen to, lose a bunch of vials to. But I
Things
mean,
happen.
it could be a
Things happen, Mickey.
combination of all of it. They'll viruses, and then they have the technology now. We're talking about strapping rockets to asteroids, and they can move them in different paths. So hell, you know, if they're crazy enough and to want this to happen, hell, they're gonna hit that trifecta on us. Like we were talking about earlier, you got the red heifer and stuff. They want to bring Armageddon through that. There's certain people that extremists want to do that. I mean,
Right.
it's wild. Like right now, so many different extremist groups are trying different ways just to end us all, and it don't. If you look into it, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, we are in an interesting dawn for the human race. There's so many threats that we have between, you know, world powers, world leaders, viruses, AI, now the alien threat. Woo! Um, but for Memphis, I think we need to be worried about that New Madrid fault. Did you see that thing pop like 6 times the other day? Monday?
They had an earthquake out in California too.
So have you heard the weird things about that? Earthquake in
Uh,
California, but there's zero damage or
7.1.
zero sign that there was an earthquake. Like there is zero damage anywhere in the area that this earthquake allegedly happened in. So here's, I almost wonder what they're blowing up where, and
They said there's speculation and rumors that there's some alien bases right off like San Diego and stuff right there. So um, maybe they're down there trying to blow them sun guns up. Ken Hartley in the YouTube chat says drone spotted over Gibbstown, New Jersey tonight. So that northeastern part of the, why do they keep being over New Jersey? What's in New Jersey? I know there's some military and
yeah, apparently New Jersey has, there are several armories there for both. My understanding is ground and naval. Let me look that up.
yeah, I know there's several different things there. It just makes you wonder, like, what in the hell?
Yeah,
You know,
so
which we were supposed to have that invasion like 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, I was
maybe it was just a
disappointed.
little late.
So naval, welcome to Naval Weapons Station Earl. Yeah, I knew there was a Sandy Hook Bay. Was Sandy Hook in New Jersey?
Maybe I think so, or upstate New York,
Connecticut.
Oh, follow up.
Yeah.
I really get the gears turning too. Yeah, we can't talk about Sandy Hook
No, not at all. I won't tell you anything.
already.
Hey, I
We're already
talked
going to
about
get
it the
sued
other
by
night.
Billy Carson. We don't get sued by Billy Carson as it is, and now we start talking about Sandy Hook. We're showing up be fucked.
I talked about that shit at my comedy show last Saturday night. I did stand up in Memphis, bro. And
Oh hell,
yeah, last minute kind of gig. I got the phone call at like 3 that afternoon. Had to be there at 6.
oh shit.
My girl Whitney was with me. And she goes, what are you going to talk about? I go, I don't know. She goes,
Wing it,
what?
baby.
She goes, what? I go, yeah. I'm like, I know what I'm going to close on, and everything else is just going to be freestyle. So we get there. She told me afterwards, she goes, oh my God, I was so nervous for you. I'm like, why? She goes, well, you didn't prepare anything. I'm like, look, I've been doing this 20 plus years. You know, I've got enough material and enough life stories that I can pull something out of my ass and make it right, you know? And that's what I did.
Hell yeah. Well, we always say like swing for the fences is pow. Fuck it.
That's right, man. Go big with it. Fuck it.
Yeah, Mike Strange made a good comment here. Why haven't they grounded the flights coming out around Newark, New Jersey? If they got all these drones, they don't know what the fuck they are.
That's a
As a
great question.
very good question.
Where do you ask that at? What's platform?
Rumble.
On
We
the
got a good
Rumble.
chat going on Rumble right now. We got a little bit
Yeah,
on
I'm there.
YouTube. YouTube is growing.
Right. I'm glad YouTube's starting to pick up, man. That's what we need.
Ken Hartley
No
said
bases
there are
near
several
Gibbstown.
oil refineries around near Gibbstown, New Jersey,
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
and of course the Philadelphia airport. That's more questions. Good possibilities of looking to fuck shit up, or that's just
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Mike. I'm waiting on YouTube to mess around and give me another strike again. I'm waiting on it. It's coming.
Boy, yeah.
I'm gonna. I get the strike off. I'm gonna put my 9/11 video or 9/11 discussion on YouTube and see if we can get fucking yanked on that.
Oh, my God.
I don't get to post it because YouTube. You know, we're a band that week, so and I've been trying to wait for that mark to come off. So I forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna post that sucker. I'll have it live on YouTube tomorrow.
39 days until the inauguration.
Can the world hold together?
Bro. 39 days. You know. I hope we don't have any more big surprises, bro.
It seems like every week though. It's
Jesus,
we joke about it, you know, and our text message stuff. Like, man, we just like, man,
what's coming?
We're going to
next?
talk about, you know, what we're going to talk about next Wednesday, and by hell, in 3 days, it's by the weekend, and we got a whole show full of shit. It's absolute and extra.
Right. Yeah, you know, it's been going crazy since the first assassination attempt that we switched this podcast over from UFOs and, you know, and it became kind of political over here, you know, and it's just been a series of, you know, just crazy fucking events since then. And let me ask you, so we've got this CEO that was executed, right?
Yeah, we
Why
still haven't talked to
do
anything about
we
it yet.
know Why do we know more about that shooter than we do the very first assassin attempt on Trump?
And why does the pictures, the surveillance pictures, don't even really look like
The
the guy?
eyebrow, bro. The eyebrow. That dude
And
has a monobrow.
and why in the world? Why in the world? Why he would be sitting in a McDonald's with a? Why is it always when it's something like this kind of situation? Why do they always have a manifesto sitting in their backpack, and he's got a 3D gun in his backpack? Now they're going to try to attack 3D making guns again, I guess. That would have kind of explained why it was making it jam a little bit, because you gotta work them 3D guns. You gotta do a lot of filing. It's a lot of work. Um. Oh, Jamie, did you freeze or I'm
No,
freezing?
I'm here.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're just not. You're just still. Yeah, I mean, with 3D making guns, it is legal and stuff like that. It's a job though. You're trying to mess around and actually file it and get to where it'll chamber and fire good every time. But yeah, it has the gun, the fake ID, and the manifesto. Yeah, it all that screams a patsy. And all of it screams, And he even was yelling it. Um, he was actually yelling it the other day. When they took him in.
Oh, yeah.
It's of course the crowd, reaction. There's so many people were like on his side and want to have his baby and all kinds of crazy shit. It's I agree, Jane. When it's wrapped up in a nice little bow and everything looks pretty, that's just not how real stuff happens.
Man, I got some drama going on, brother. I'm finna have to dip out of here and go deal with something.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, my guy.
I mean, life happens.
Oh, it does. It does. You got to deal with family sometimes. Great talk tonight, though.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep it for the ones listening. I'm gonna keep going. We got a good discussion going in the chat. There's Jamie's Twitter there if you want to follow the great Jamie Grant. Check him out on Twitter and uh, give him a follow. Like I said, I'm gonna keep on. Hey, Mike Strange said he wants to hear some of your stand up. You're gonna have to post some of your stand up on Twitter or something on YouTube. We can hear some of it.
Yeah, it'll be good when it happens. All right, my guy. Well, piece of chicken grease. You know the rules.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you. And like I said, we're gonna keep the show going unless my computer decides to crash.
That's
and
right.
do like that one day. And as soon as Jamie got off, it crashed, and that was the end of it. But
Well, I hope you have better success tonight, my guy.
it happens. I'm trying to push a little mini PC to do a lot that it's not really made to do, but it
Well, you're doing a
works.
fine job, sir. Fine job.
I'm trying. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody coming on here and listening and discussion. Like I said, it's just discussion in the chat's great, so that's why I want to keep on going. So
Keep it on, baby. I'll see you in the soon.
yes, sir. Yes,
Holla.
sir. Be safe, my friend. All right, it's just us now. Let me go here to the chat, see what we got going on. Greg, we might be in, nowadays climate change. As the show says, anything is possible for sure. I'm not gonna. Come on, little thing, get out of there. There we go. It it really is. It's like having a Jamie. Thanks, Ken, on the file for Jamie. Where's mine at? There we go. Here's mine if you want to follow me along. I post all kinds of random stuff on there. I like posting combination. I like posting silly stuff and having fun. I don't like being gloom and doom all the time. It gets old. Uh, just hearing gloom and doom. It's just that's why if you've been listening to the show for a while tonight, we kind of shift gears because it was getting kind of dark there for a second. I shift gears because I don't want to be negative all the time, um, but yeah, the guy with the uh, well, I lost my words. Words are hard, as they say. You know, with everything being wrapped up in a little bow, it we know it's just BS. They had footage of them so quick, so clear, um, and then find them in the McDonald's. And 1 second, it's an employee found them, turned them in. You know, no offense to anybody who works at McDonald's, but most employees at McDonald's ain't paying that much attention to nothing. Hell, they don't even take your orders anymore. Like hell, what? Uh, you got to put in a little. I know around here they got to put the kiosk in there. You sit there and go in there and you do your own order, and then you go up there and get the food. So I mean, really, if it was somebody there, or if it was somebody, a customer, I could see that a little more. But still, he don't look. There's some bunch of characteristics. He don't look the same. Like Jamie said with the unibrow and the eyebrows and stuff. If he did just kill somebody and not know it, I mean, why not leave? You know, if you've seen footage of his Twitter and stuff like that, just a weird um, symbology, like uh, it just if maybe maybe he was kind of programmed, to do it, and then once it's done, it came out. I don't know. See if I had, like Jamie said, me and him are gonna get together and we're gonna put all this stuff in one spot. We do. We some of it we send it to each other and then we send it around and so we bounce ideas all through the week. Um, that's the actual assassination video. I do not want to post that because I know I'll sure enough get taken down on that. What in the world is Twitter doing? Here we go. Here we go. That's what I want to do. Sometimes technology's hard, even on top of the words. Or it says he was identified and was acting suspicious at McDonald's. He was found with several fake IDs. Like even when he watched some of the original footage, like the backpack even changed colors. So I want to see if I can find. Had 3 handwritten pages expressing rage against the insurance. He'd been arrested for trespassing, which that ain't nothing. Um, you know, kind of privileged life. He wasn't poor whatsoever. He was a valedictorian at a private school in Baltimore in 2016. You know, I didn't see this interesting point while I was glancing through there. His last known address was on Honolulu, and so was the attempted assassin who was living on Honolulu. It's just coincidence. Remember that. Oh, Luigi getting ratted. I forget what that dude's name is. Y'all remember what that Grimace? Taco Bell is selling words now. Yeah, Taco Bell is doing the same thing. I was in there the other day, a few weeks back. The other day, you know how it is. The other day could be 3 months ago. It could be 2 days ago. And I remember a guy in there was mad as hell. He walked in. They pointed at that kiosk, and he was like, he flipped him off and walked back out the door and went down the road. Good question, Mike. If you divide all the questions by all the truths, do you think the number is greater or lesser than one? Good question. Good question. What do y'all think? Bleep bloop there in the comments here and see what you think. Checking chats and stuff like that. Well, I left it on there. My bad. I know y'all was saying some good stuff. Hey, that could be the one right there. She wouldn't get her hands dirty. But I won't say her name because I don't want to get in trouble. But y'all know who she is. Let's see. Oh, it's this old bull crap. And here's what Jamie was talking about, the eyebrow. Like, it's clear that within a week he didn't grow that much eyebrow hair. I guarantee that. I don't know. It's just so much. It's like a complete bombardment of crazy stuff all at one time. We got this going on. We got Israel over there blowing the dog crap out of Syria. And you still, you know, and that's taken away from what they're doing over there in Gaza. They're still doing that. You got, you know, Russia and China still, you know, helping each other out. North Korea helping them out. Just a powder keg. It really is. Greg, I do believe that the Earth goes through big cycles now. You see it over in time. Like, I've always, to me, in my mind, it's explained to me, you know, the Earth has 4 seasons in a year, but we also have bigger seasons because you see it. We got the ice age, and then it gets back warm, and we get a lighter, then a little lighter ice age, and it comes back warm. And so there's big seasons and there's little seasons. And big seasons, you know, go over thousands of years, at least 12,500 could be, you know, from the Younger Dryas, if you do believe in that. And I do believe in the Younger Dryas. But hiker emoji. Yeah, it's so much to process. There's just so much, like I said, and like Jamie was trying to comment on earlier. We've been talking about, like, we want to get back to talking more conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I mean, I do on my pre-recorded stuff still. We those still are coming out with, you know, conspiracy theory stuff and everything. Like today, I've got to pull it up because I forget. Yeah, we had one hit that come out. One of the pre-recorded ones came out today about the Dulce base, the Syrian hypothesis, and Planet Serpo. And so I'm still putting out content with conspiracy, but once we get to the live, there's so much going on, and it's hard not to talk about it. It's some of this stuff actually truly could affect us. Uh, Especially with all this conflict and the AI going all over the place, and so eventually I don't know, we'll see. This could be, this just keep leaning like this is it. Uh, I'm glad I started doing this. I'm glad I started going live. We built a good um, kind of group of people that keeps coming back and talking in the chat and stuff like that. And to me, that's the best part of the chat. We get to talk to each other, and that's how you solve problems, when you put people together and actually communicate and talking without, you know, putting each other down, or, no anger or nothing like that. So everybody can talk with a cool head and everything. It's nice to be able to see that. See, Greg says Younger Drive says North America's Göbekli Tepe was buried by 19 Noah's S southeast to northwest tidal wave 12,000 years ago. Yeah. Let's see. Guess I look at it from the Red Ledger's point of view. Tomorrow I'm going to have to figure something out, or it's not going to be my problem in the next 10 minutes. Yeah. I mean, it's one of the things where some people, it's easier to put their head in the sand and not understand it. And a lot of the stuff that I've learned over last 20 something years of digging, for the ones that don't know, like after 9/11 is what truly put me into digging into the truths and rabbit holes, and because stuff didn't add up. And like I said, I'm gonna post it on our 9/11 show on YouTube. It's already on Rumble if you want to go back and watch it and listen to what my point of view on it is. I think we did a good job. There was still a lot of stuff I let off, and I found more stuff after we did it that I could have put in there, but uh, it's a good basis of how I feel about what happened and could have happened, and it made me start questioning everything. And it's brought me into this digging. The more I dig, and asking questions about everything, but if we don't ask questions and bring people together, we keep saying, "Well, that's not me. That's all the way to the point like, well, that's not me. That's my neighbor." Eventually it's going to be you. If you keep putting your head in the sand, and eventually there won't be no sand for you to hide your head anymore if you keep doing it. The other side, it kind of makes you wonder what you can do, but only thing you can do is just bring people together and have good conversations, um, being aware of what could happen. Put a little food back, water, medicines. It's okay to be a little prepper, being prepping a little bit. I couldn't be extreme preppers, where they doing all the eggs and for 6 months and all that, rotating and all that kind of stuff. But having some extra food on hand in case a natural disaster happens, or power outage. Winter's here, ice storms could happen, power lines go down. Have your generators and stuff like that. It's a good thing to have something just in case shit hits the fan, and if it keeps escalating, shit could hit the fan pretty quick, pretty soon. Ken Harley said he was in South Jersey firefighter and responded on 9/11. Said they set up triage for patients that didn't materialize. Damn. I I feel for all them people that was there and all the chaos that happened and all the crap them poor people breathed. And, so many people got cancer after 9/11 in New York. And, um, man, it had to have been terrible. But, once you dig into it and seeing who actually possibly, the reasons behind it, and covering up, debt and putting itself into war and the Patriot Act. And once you look at all them little details that add up, it gets sadder, knowing, especially with not no investigation, you got the 9/11 architects, trying to just want an actual good story and want an actual, investigation. But, we won't be able to get that truly because, they took all that steel from the 9/11. They put it on a ship. They sent it over to China to recycle. So you couldn't actually really check, do a good investigation, whatever. We got to cover it up. It was like we said something about Sandy Hook. And, they did the same thing to Sandy Hook. They knocked that school to the ground. Well, let's just, because we want to erase it, get it out of people's minds, so you don't want nothing bad to happen. They want the thought process, So it's like, I'm trying to cover something up very, very fast. What else is going on right there? Said there at some point, Ken said that some strange stuff was going on. At one point, they had black SUVs come flying in and snipers took positions on buildings above us. He said, well, he thought, what did they know that we don't? Yeah, they, and then you got the dancing Israelis over there sitting there celebrating on top of that rooftop that they caught and investigated. And there's a big rabbit hole to go down. And like I said, I said that's the one that made me start digging and looking and questioning everything. I always question a lot anyway. I was just one of them people I am. When I was a kid, I always asked questions and then get mad at me and I'd ask more questions. But that's how you figure out stuff. You got to ask questions. There's only way you can. Looking at Greg's chat in the Rumble, he's throwing some stuff out. Check your stuff real quick. It's a hard part to keep up with the chat. As always, I salute Mr. Strange as always. Because how he able to keep up with this stuff all the time. It impresses me and make it look easy. Of course, he's been doing it a lot longer than I have. So everything comes in time. I agree, Greg. It was false flag. Like I said, if y'all are interested, y'all can check out my 9/11 video that I posted on here. Like I said, it's got lots of videos, lots of pictures. I made a PowerPoint kind of presentation of everything. I put some work into it, so it's pretty interesting on that subject because like I said, it was the one. It was the one that made me look and seeing all this stuff going on now. It's made me want to question everything that's going on. And like I said, when the guy with the shooter, everything wrapped in a little bow. Now they're trying to push Iran again, even though they said damn near 20 years ago that Iran was one of the countries they wanted to turn over. Before the Arab Spring and all that stuff happened. We talked about the ones weren't here earlier in the show. We talked about it. We're over here backing both sides of the situation going on in Israel and Palestine and in Syria. It's all money. just like the Rothschilds funded both sides of the war back in World War One and World War Two. They funded both wars. They funded wars in the 1800s because it's good business. Because they gotta get loans to make weapons and now especially tanks and all that kind of stuff. And then after it's all said and done, you can get uh, your people can get contracts just like Dick Cheney did, and be the ones over there supplying the weapons, and and be the ones over there rebuilding what was blown up. Spending millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars to rebuild their infrastructure. And the sad thing is, looking at that, like our infrastructure is falling apart, but we're rebuilding other places. It don't make any sense. It's setting us up for a failure. Um, I did a pre-recorded podcast a while back about it, talking about the infrastructure, and it was just a quick one. But most bridges, there's websites you can go to, and if you want to really look at some scary shit, go look it up and see how old the bridges are around your area, because there's still wooden bridges running around. I know down here there are. I've seen them. I've drove over them and kind of cinched up and like, man, please don't be the day you fall. They'll just put asphalt on top of a wooden bridge, or even the concrete bridges. Hell, they're built for 40, 50 years, and some of them are 60, 70 years old. Some of them had a little work done to them, but they're still 70, 80-year-old bridges. And and they'll go through and they'll tear one down, and then they'll take 2-3 years and build another one up, and then they'll tear another one down. But at the rate that's going, there's so many bridges and stuff, and that's the ones that we drive on. If you really want to get scary and you think about all of the accidents happening like on Ohio and stuff, you want to look at our railroad system, and the bridges on it are absolutely ancient, and because they don't want to close them down because of the money. They don't want to close the bridges down. They don't want to close off that piece of track because they would lose hundreds of millions of dollars if they did to even keep it safe. So we have a potential just absolutely natural disaster coming on that. And they could use that as a plan. The potential's there. You put, have one of them trains derail with a bunch of bad chemicals or something on it and infect everything. They made movies about it. If they made movies about it, that means somebody's thought of it, and the possibilities are there for them to actually enact that situation in real life. I, Looking back on the chat, I'll pause every once in a while. I'm concentrating on reading to make sure I don't mess up a word or something like that. I appreciate the chat. Like I said earlier, I appreciate all y'all on the chat and everything. Y'all making it. Y'all make part of this great. Just like when Troubled Minds is on and all the chat. Like Strange has on his show. It's amazing how so many different people, and it's still amazing to me that even with my little show here, I mean how far the reach is to different people in the world and stuff like that. I'm able to talk to and put ideas and just throwing stuff out there. I call it like throwing darts on the board. Like, here you go. Here's what I think. You like it, love it, hate it, take it, run with it. Whatever you want to do. It's my point of view, and then you can throw yours out there, and we can go back and forth and not get angry. Appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate you coming on. Hope you follow and check back. We do this every Wednesday at 8:30 Central Time. So please come back and come join us again. We'll be here next week. Probably a week after we probably won't, because it'll be Christmas Eve. We might do an earlier show. I haven't figured that one out yet. But we'll be here next week for sure. It'll be the 18th. So Christmas, man, Christmas is about to be here quick. It is coming. Which 2025, I know. Hopefully y'all are going to have a great one. I know mine's going to be new beginnings. Be like the 5 prepper bridesmaids who stored had extra oil if you want to go to the wedding. There you go. I know. I said I know 2025 he's going to be. I'm in the final process of buying some land so I can move back out in the country and build me a new house and new tiny house. Actually, I'm going finally what I've been wanting to do a long time, and hopefully if hell don't break loose and we still here in 5 years, hopefully within 5 years I won't be off grid and self-sufficient, to a point. That way I have no light bill, and I ain't gonna have no water bill, no sewer bill, just some taxes, and that's it. And that's my goal. And hopefully I'll be able to achieve that real quick. Next few years, that's for sure to go. So y'all wish me luck on that, because I'm gonna need it. It's gonna be a lot of work. Y'all get to see the studio, my little office and stuff. It's gonna change. I got a whole new deal, and I got a whole new. Have an idea of how I want to theme it and stuff like the back wall. I think it's gonna be cool when I get done with it. It's gonna be. It really is. It's gonna be cool if it works out like I want it to. It's gonna be a cool thing. So hopefully y'all, like I said, y'all subscribe and like and share and come along with the journey. Some of that stuff I'm actually going to put on another YouTube channel and put some of the stuff. I'm just rambling now, I know, but and actually you'll be able to follow along with that kind of stuff if you want to. When I get all that stuff done and ready, I'll share that link with everybody too, so people can follow me along on that journey of building shop and going off grid and being self-sufficient, hopefully. So as I said, I mean, I ain't a super prepper, but I do have some stuff in case something happens, because I mean, we had it here and around in the area I'm at, like back in '94, we had a big ice storm. We didn't have power for like 3 weeks. Some had longer than that. I remember the people in the neighborhood had to go out and clear the trees, because like the county couldn't even, it was just so much. There was just no way the county could even get to you. They were just going away from where they were at and doing the best they could. So the neighborhood actually went out there, the people in the community actually went out there and cleared the roads. And of course, then the stores were closed because they had no power, and it was rough. I remember that as a kid, and I was like 14, 15 years old, and it's good to have stuff. You need to have something. Make sure you have some medicines. Make sure you have first aid. Make sure you have some water. Make sure you have some food. You can do them some MREs or something, or you can do them 5-gallon buckets, 25-year stuff. I mean, I know I got one. It's for like 3-day. I bought one kit. It was like a 3-day kit. So like if you're out of power for 3 days, it'd be good. You're good to go. It's good to have. With everything going chaos right now, we don't want to like scaremonger or anything like that on this channel. That's not what my goal is for this, but just speak truth and the best I can and best of my ability, and and seeing that it shit could go sideways quick. And so, for sure, much love to everybody here, because I want everybody to keep growing and doing good. And even if it goes sideways a little bit, we'll stick together. We'll be all right for sure. Yeah, 2025. I believe it's going to be a great year. I'm hoping it is. It's it's going to be. We're going to make it one. But I appreciate y'all. Oh hell, did it really? Gasson? Comet slammed into the Earth's crust near Point Nemo. Coordinates that happened on a Stele on Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe. I, I don't understand it. Like, well, I do understand it. It's like they have the tourist site, everything, but because they have that part, they've had only 5% uncovered for like 20 years now. It's like they don't want to uncover anymore. I guess once they uncover all of it, then they won't have the mystery of it. I don't think they still would not have they would still have the um, tourism, but that's what I've heard so many times that, they uncover all of it, but at least hell, they uncover half of it. They only uncover 5% of it, or they've uncovered more. It's one of them things like they found something they don't want to keep going because they know it's Earth, shattering, revolutionary, So that's. But I appreciate y'all. It's about 2.5 hours in now. I appreciate y'all coming on. Like I said, please come back next week. Hopefully, maybe we'll have Dave back. I'm hoping next week we'll have the whole trio come back. Um, I guess, and I can see that. Yeah, they're working slowly because ICE is right there, which they've been destroying all kinds of stuff right now. It's sad. I hate to see that. I hate when like histories get destroyed. It just burns me inside because it's like I know I'm a sentimental person. I hold on to everything. I got all kinds of junk. If y'all can see my house, um, everything means something to me. And seeing ancient history that it means so much to so many people, and then people just go through there and destroy it, or them assholes throwing um, tomato soup on fucking ancient pictures and stuff like that, for stupid reasons. It just burns my boils my blood or whatever. It's bullshit. And then and seeing them, but it's the stuff's been going on forever. They've always, people come in, conquered, destroyed. You think about how much stuff has been destroyed over the world, that the knowledge that has been lost. I think about this sometimes. The knowledge has been lost through the world. The uh, the library in Alexandria burned to the ground. We lost all that manuscripts and stuff like that. Um, different, you know, temples, and there's a lot of stuff we haven't even found. We keep finding as a group, we find stuff all the time. And there's, down in South America stuff, there's all kinds of sites that we know they're there because of LIDAR, but we haven't found them. There's just all kinds of knowledge there. And there's all kinds of people knowledge of so much, but so much has been destroyed over years. People getting conquered, it got destroyed. You know, like the temple got just on the Temple Mount got destroyed a couple of times. Um, invading army comes in, they destroy everything, and they build their own things. It's it's a sad, but yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'll keep on rambling if y'all let me. I appreciate y'all listening, and y'all please like and share. Um, we're gonna be here check out the other content on the channel. Make sure you tell a friend, bring a friend next week, and we'll keep growing this and make this something special, because I know it can be, and because of all the people that keep coming back, and when more people we add, that keeps coming back, I know it's going to be motivates me to keep wanting to do this. As I always said, even if I just help one person through all this that I do here, and just making content on here, if I help one person in some way, it's worth it. But the more people I can touch and help, if some way or another, I'm glad I'm able to do it. That's just my goal in doing this. It's therapy for me, and it helps me to get stuff out and be able to tell stuff, and instead of just sitting around here and tell my cats about it, I guess. But I appreciate y'all. Let me double check on the chat, and y'all have a good. Like I said, hopefully see y'all next week. And if I don't, y'all have a great holidays and good New Year's. But like I said, we'll have a show next week, and if it's just me, no matter what, we'll have a show next week, and then we'll see. We'll see about Christmas Eve. Like I said, we'll probably do something that week. We might do a Monday show or something like that. I know Mr. Strange, he does Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, so I don't want to step on his toes. So maybe we might do a Monday show that week. We'll see how it goes. I'll just kind of, so you can subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so you get that notification. Hit that little bell on the YouTube part. And as always, y'all keep it on, and the peace and chicken grease. Y'all be good now.